Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. We are here today for episode 7 of our Formula 1 2021 My Team, aka Cyborg Racing. If you guys haven't watched the last video, hit the link above me, go watch that, and then come back and watch this one. We were at the team's home Grand Prix in Canada, and after Max Verstappen took us out on lap 2, we were able to finish on the podium. Unfortunately, not a P1 finish, but you know, podium's a podium at the end of the day. So this first part of the video, I'm just going to be doing some R&D and some team management stuff. So if you guys want to skip to qualifying and the race, just look at the timeline down below, and there is a I guess a bookmark or whatever where you can just skip ahead to the race. But anyways, into our R&D and team management, we have a durability department meeting, so let's go to that. So our sponsors have decided to invest more in our team. We're sure that we're not the only department asking to dip into the purse, but we genuinely feel that an investment of this size could be a massive push for our current development project. Would you consider hearing our proposal? So Durability wants more of the money. If we decline the request, we get 100k, so they're asking essentially for $100,000. I think I'm going to agree to this negotiation, I guess, because agreeing to it will increase the durability department, I'm assuming, but declining it doesn't affect any of the other facilities. So let's go ahead and agree.
The departments appreciate it.
I'm gonna go ahead and let's see if we can upgrade something in the chassis. We don't have enough for the engine cover upgrade still. However, we do have enough for redesigned brake ducts, but I think what I'm gonna do is, because I want to upgrade the chassis, I'm gonna hold off on upgrading the car at all this week and wait until we get more R&D points. Driver and constructor standings. Myself, I am in 4th place in the drivers championship with 46 points after the P2 finish at Canada, and my teammate Giuliano Alessi, not looking great for him. He's still at 0 points. However, it is understandable since the car is not the greatest. And constructors championship, I literally have all the points, so we have 46 points, and we passed Ferrari after the Canadian Grand Prix. We were in P5. I don't remember where the Ferraris finished exactly, but that puts us a little bit ahead. And what I'm gonna do as well right now is I'm gonna go ahead and just raise the difficulty, because we finished like P2 in Canada and P2 as well at Azerbaijan, and I don't think, like, theoretically speaking, our car should be doing that well, just given that, you know, Giuliano Alessi has not scored any points, and we are overtaking some cars that we probably shouldn't be. So let's go ahead and we're gonna bump it up to 90, and let's see how we do there. So we're at master difficulty, and we're gonna see how that turns out. Now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna schedule some activities for our team. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, we have 9 days to schedule whatever we need to do for our team, and we have about 3 6 7, so we can't schedule everything that is here. So we're gonna schedule a simulator training for him and a chassis equipment upgrade. So we're gonna do that because we are focusing on our chassis department. We should do the sponsored event, and then we have one more day, but I guess everyone will have the day off just before the Grand Prix weekend. But I do think we have everything ready, so let's get into race weekend, guys. I always skip the practice stuff, so we're gonna head right into qualifying. Alright guys, so we finished all the practice sessions and we are here for qualifying. Now, the practice sessions were all sunny. There were no rainy conditions, no need to put on intermediates or wet tires. However, in this qualifying, and I believe in the race, I saw a little sneak peek of the weather. It may be raining, but we are going to be on the full wets here in qualifying, and let's get into it. So as we head into the first turn, we're gonna have to be a little more careful, and we're probably gonna have to gear down a lot more than usual. We are in P14 right now, as Lewis Hamilton's in P1. You can see his ghost there. Now this section here, you get like almost no grip on the tire, so you have to be really easy on the throttle. Like, look at this. I got maybe 20% throttle down, and we fly outside the race line, outside the track as well, as we are in P16. Lewis Hamilton also on the full wets. I believe everyone would be for this qualifying. So here's the chicane. We go all the way down to gear 1, and we drop a place going through that chicane as Valtteri Bottas overtakes Lewis Hamilton for pole position at the moment. We have a 1.6 second gap behind Valtteri Bottas. However, we're not extremely worried about him, as we need to be careful here heading into this very long bearing turn. Oh man, I hate when it's raining because I just feel so slow. And I'm pushing the car to its limit, but it always feels like you can go a little bit faster. And then when you try and do that, the car just ends up spinning out, as we almost like, we're like in stalling speed. Heading into the final turn here, it looks like we're going to be at about P17. So raising the difficulty and the rain did not help us in qualifying. As in the last video, we qualified like P4, I think it was, in Canada. So the difficulty definitely showing here. The AI a lot better.
Got some points on the board. Let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Okay, so looking at the race strategy quickly, we have 12 laps on the medium compound, and it looks like maybe about halfway, 2/3 through the race, it is going to get really wet, and we will be on the hard. So might be a 2-pit strategy today, and maybe I should change it, do the softs and then do the mediums, and then hope that it rains. Should we take a gamble at it? Hope that it rains and we have to pit again, and we'll stay out on the mediums. Or maybe I should switch to the hards just in case, because it looks like maybe around lap 15, looks like when it will begin to rain. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to switch up the strategy here a little bit. Okay, so here's what I'm going for. We're going to start out on the softs, and we're going to pit early onto the hards, and then hopefully the rain kicks in, and we will go into the pit lane for our fresh pair of intermediates or full wets, whatever it is. And if not, then we will pit on lap 20 and go on to the softs again. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully it rains. We'll see. I don't know if this is going to pay off, guys. I'm not the best race strategist, so let's get into the race and see what happens. Alright, and here we go. Now, hopefully with the soft tires,
Be aware that we will start to see a loss of power.
yeah, hopefully with this these tires, we will be able to overtake some people in the first few laps, as both the Alfa Romeos end up passing me. As Giuliano Alessi is ahead of the two Alfa Romeos, and I am behind them. We are losing pace here, even on these soft tires. Once these tires get warmed up, I think we will be able to actually push and overtake them. Or even if we have a good exit here, the two Alfa Romeos look like they are on the medium compound. And so far, not the greatest showing for us at the moment. Get a bit of a lockup heading into the final turns in Sector 3. And we're just flying way outside the race line right now. Not the best racing from us. I'm going to activate the ERS here, see if we can overtake Kimi Räikkönen. But we don't even have the power to do so. If we go to the inside, okay, now we got the momentum. And we overtake Kimi Räikkönen in the Alfa Romeo. But I thought it was Alessi this whole time. As we have slipstream on Antonio Giovinazzi, we're going to try and go into the inside here and get behind our teammate. As I'm trying to give him space. Oh god, I'm sorry. We kind of fly. Oh man, so we were able to hold off Kimi Räikkönen and Antonio Giovinazzi, as we just had a good positioning heading into the bear turn there. And now we're behind our teammate Giuliano Alessi.
Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time, and there are no plans for a safety car right now.
And besides the replays, this is honestly the first good look I've gotten at our own livery. Because I'm usually ahead of Giuliano. So obviously, we want to be careful not to slam into our own teammate and cause a ruckus in the paddock. So we need to just wait for the appropriate time to overtake Giuliano Alessi. So Giuliano Alessi started behind me in the race actually. He's managed to overtake a few spots. And after we kind of lost a few positions, we have came back and retaken P17. I'm going to try and overtake him here. Why is he defending me? Just let me pass. Come on, like, you know I'm the faster driver. I've got the softer tires. I am going to have to pit, but that's going to put us on the hards. And we will probably be able to gain some time back. So this is where the strategy may not be the greatest. We've been able to overtake one position at the moment, and we fly off the race line. We are just driving on the blue paint as Mick Schumacher ahead of us by 0.7 of a second. He is on the medium compound, and we need to try and overtake him because I believe we are pitting lap 8. So we need to get as many positions back as possible. I don't know how the strategy is going to play out, guys. Now that I think about it, it may have been a mistake. I'm just trying to avoid that second pit on the mediums and to gamble that it is going to rain. So now we are behind Mick Schumacher, and we are kind of gaining on him now. I'm going to try and go for the overtake here. We're going to go to the inside. He's got to give us space. I'm going to give him space through this outside turn here. As there we go. I overtake him pretty cleanly. And we get a lockup. I need to fix the way I do that turn. Or maybe make an adjustment on the braking. I'm not that good at being able to switch up the brake bias on the fly. It is a little bit harder to do on controller versus having the steering wheel. However, we are now ahead of Mick Schumacher in P15 on lap 4 of this race. So Mick Schumacher 0.7 seconds ahead of us, and now we have our, our pit window, which now I'm starting to think maybe the strategy was not the greatest idea, but we are gonna learn from our mistakes and not do that again. Well, maybe we will. Maybe it will pay off towards the end, but right now it is not looking like this race strategy was worth it, as we only gain 2 positions. See, can I stay out a little longer? So we're at 42% on the front left, which isn't the greatest. So honestly, I think I'm just gonna pit because it will get to the point where I won't even be able to control the car, and then getting to the pit lane will be even more of a pain in the ass. So here we go into the pit lane. I could stay out because I have gained ground on the drivers in front of us. Oh man, did we get a penalty there? Nope, no penalty, thank God. I could have stayed out and see if I would be able to overtake the Alpines, but there would be no point because we would start suffering from more tire wear. And then on top of that, when we pit, we're just going to lose all those places. We're not going to create a significant gap on tires that are that old. So here we come out of the pit lane. And we are coming out in P20 in front of George Russell. I don't know what happened to him because he didn't suffer any damage or anything, but he's already like 20 seconds behind. So we come out on the hard compounds, and now we're going to be riding these until it starts raining. So on lap 12, a lot of these drivers are pitting now. I believe Latifi, Alonso, and I believe it was Stroll. They all decided to pit, so we move up a few spots, and we are back into P16. Or, sorry, it wasn't Latifi who pitted. Latifi's been in front of me for the last lap or two, but either he is not the greatest driver today, or he has definitely suffered some sort of power loss as well, because I've been able to gain on him fairly quickly in the last 2 laps. But we have DRS on him. I'm going to activate that ERS as well, and we're going to get really close, and we're not going to be able to overtake him here come the chicane. But maybe on this next straight here, I'm going to activate the ERS again. We're going to have the slipstream too, and let's see if we can overtake Latifi here. Alright, so not even close. I thought we would be a little bit faster, but that's okay, as we are still gaining on him. I don't want to do the same thing that I did to Giovinazzi. Yeah, I was thinking maybe going for a switcheroo, but that is definitely not going to work. So Giuliano is now in the pits, and Jeff is saying that we are going to get around, or we're going to get rain in around 10 to 15 minutes. So that kind of works out for us, because now they got to pit again, and hopefully these hard tires with the proper tire management, we should be able to ride it out until the rain starts coming, and we got to switch onto the intermediates or the full wets. And as you can see now, everyone is on the hard compound. So we started off on the soft compound, and so far maybe it is paying off a little more than I thought. I just keep switching my opinion every time something happens, so we will wait till the end of the race to see how our race strategy really played out. Once I get onto the straight, I'm going to see if Jeff can give us a race update or a car update on the condition of the car. Because he just confirmed that it's a engine issue. I can't even talk to Jeff. I don't know why. I don't know what's happening here. Maybe that's a glitch in the game, but I can't talk to Jeff, which is really weird. And we have Esteban Ocon right behind us now. In P14, he's 0.5 seconds behind us. Again, I'm going to stress this, that the car feels fine. Maybe on the straights we've lost a little bit of power, but it doesn't seem to be anything major. Like, we put up a decent first sector here. I'm going to activate that ERS because Esteban Ocon is going to have DRS on us. He might overtake us here, to be honest. Should have more power than us on the straights here. And he's got the DRS. However, nope, he is not overtaking us here. I'm a little worried. As you can see at the bottom of my screen, it just shows Jeff's comment. I don't know what happened. Is he supposed to say something else? Like, we have to retire the car, keep racing? I don't know. And even if I want to change strategies in box, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Okay, so I ended up crashing into the back of Esteban Ocon, and I rewound it, and that seems to have fixed the issue with Jeff. I can now activate him and talk to him. but I'm just waiting to get to a straight here because I gotta focus on turning right now. Oh man.
Conditions are going to keep deteriorating for 10 minutes at least.
Okay, so Jeff is just giving us an update there. He's saying conditions are going to keep deteriorating. I don't know if he means by the weather or by the car. I need to get an update on the car. Okay, I see vehicle condition there, but that is a bit of a stretch. I gotta spam the D-pad in order to get to that. And we already have no grip on these hards apparently. So the rain is not gonna help us at all. It's gonna be a little bit scary.
We expect you'll be noticing a bit of grip loss in the tyres around now, so just be careful.
Alright, so maybe the condition of the ICE has been resolved. However, it is raining now, and I don't know when we are gonna have to pit. It looks like most of these guys are going to be pitting as well for intermediate. But Jeff is saying the next 10 minutes is gonna get worse. And given that we have been able to stay behind Esteban Ocon, and I think at this point it's just driver mistakes that I have not been able to overtake him. We've had a few bad sectors, especially the start of sector 2 has been really bad for me.
Bear with it. I don't think the track is ready for intermediates yet.
So there's Jeff finally updating us on the exact situation here. As we have DRS, I'm not gonna waste the ERS right now.
We're boxing this lap.
Okay, no, we are not boxing this lap, Jeff. I'm not boxing and going for the... I could box and go for the intermediates, but maybe a little early. However, if I do need to pit, let me get that ready in the menu and let Jeff know and the team that we are switching on to... Oh my god. Okay, yeah, you know what? I think we are going to pit this lap, honestly. Oh my god, we are drifting around the turns now.
A new strategy is available on the
Okay, so
LSD.
there is our strategy.
Copy that.
We are going to pit this lap and switch onto the intermediate. So great minds think alike. I'm assuming that the drivers ahead of us as well will also be pitting for the intermediate tires. So this turn you gotta be really careful here. Easy on the throttle. Might lose a little bit of time, but I'd rather lose the time than just completely spin out and have to either rewind or just suffer the consequences of that. Oh my god, you see what I mean? And we got major tire lockup, a little bit of oversteer.
Okay, the stewards have now disabled DRS. DRS is now disabled.
So we are in the pit lane alongside Fernando Alonso, Yuki Tsunoda, Esteban Ocon. They didn't want to double stack, so Ocon has to go out for another lap in these crappy conditions. And essentially everyone is just changing onto the intermediates now. And our strategy played out basically perfectly. If there was no rain, we would have been called into pit for the soft tire. So now we have 6 laps left to go in this race, and we need to let the intermediates kind of warm up a little bit. We have 6 laps left in the race, and maybe our strategy did pay off. We started off in P17. Right now we are in P13 with a 4-second gap on Lance Stroll. And also on top of that, Esteban Ocon still has to go in and switch onto the intermediates, which he probably will do this lap, which will put us in P12. Now that does mean we are out of the points, which in my opinion, that is on me for kind of screwing up on the qualifying. I was not used to the rainy conditions, and we did suffer some time losses in those Sector 2 turns at the very beginning. So there goes Esteban Ocon, who is now in the pits, and we are going to pass him to take P12. And Pierre Gasly also, he had to wait because Yuki Tsunoda was with us in the pit lane. So I believe Esteban Ocon came out behind Lance Stroll and Carlos Sainz. I don't know how the Ferrari and Carlos Sainz is not even in the points. He is in P14. And this is the sector I'm talking about, where especially on the wets, I'm losing a lot of time. So here we go on the last lap. I have not been able to catch Pierre Gasly. I don't think we are going to, but we're going to try our best here. We have 44% of our ERS left. Let's see, we headed to turn 1. Honestly, pretty decent. Okay, nope, not a horrible turn 3. Turn 2. And as we head into this turn here, I hit the pylon. FIA does not care though, as they usually don't for whatever reason. And Pierre Gasly still about 1 4/10 ahead of us. Gonna activate that ERS for the second last straight of the race. Still at 1.4. He is gaining on us, it looks like. Because chicane is where I tend to gain a lot of time. And there we go, we shave it down by 0.2 of a second. Gonna activate that ERS again. And Fernando Alonso was also dropped back quite a bit as well. He was 4 seconds ahead of me maybe 2 laps ago. But that doesn't seem to be the case anymore.
Gap behind is 6.8 seconds.
And we are now less than a second behind Pierre Gasly, but unfortunately we are kind of just running out of time here and road. And that crappy turn kind of lost all our pace, and I don't think we're going to be able to overtake Pierre Gasly anyways, but we tried our best here, and Valtteri Bottas takes the lead and wins the French Grand Prix. And we are gonna finish in P12. I thought we were P11. No, we were trying to go for P11. We finished in P12. So good race, honestly. That strategy kind of paid off. We started off in P17 on the softs. We got driver of the day as well. So the strategy definitely paid off today. We gambled that it was gonna rain, and it worked out, fortunately for us. Started off on the soft tire versus most people starting off on the medium. We're able to gain a few places with those soft tires. We pit early, switch onto the hards, and then we stick out the hards until it starts raining. And we gain some of those positions back when the other drivers who started on the mediums went to switch on to their second set. Oh no, they switched on to hards as well. So P12, very good race. However, guys, I am going to end the video there. So if you have watched up to this point, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, you hit the like button, and let me know in the comments what you guys think, all that good stuff. And we have a chassis department meeting, which we will get to in the next video. All right, so again, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, peace out.